I invite Dr. Kavita from Tamil Nadu for a concluding remark about the session. Over to you, ma'am.
Good evening, Dr. Soumya. Thank you very much for giving the opportunity. Thank you, Dr. Kiran Nair. It was such a wonderful presentation given to us, explaining to us clearly the causes for the disease and the precautions measures we have to take. What a loving service to children you are doing, sir. Your valuable presentation made very clear that we are the ones who are cultivating these bacteria causing foodborne diseases, and the cause and reason for this, our easy way of living, our comfortable modern life. And these diseases caused are very sad to hear, which is ruining the life of the children. Whatever you have preached, we all promise to practice and carry it to our friends and relatives and bring the awareness of food safety to this world. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, and God bless you all.
Thank you, Dr. Kavita, for your concluding remarks. If participants have any queries, please, you can unmute and ask. I am inviting all the participants for the interaction session.
Good evening, Doctor.
Good evening.
I am Dr. Kavita.
Okay.
I am from the background of a five-star hotel, a retired general manager, and now I am into social service, bringing awareness to the children about health and morality. See, I only request the doctor at this busy schedule of living, we are using the refrigerated food only because we don't have any other option.
Yes, yes.
And you have made it very clear how to preserve the food and what is the time consumption and all that. Doctor, for the school children, as I'm giving a moral lectures to children, please guide me. See, this food, what they are bringing, they keep it for a long time and then they eat.
Yes, yes.
What is prepared in the house is given to them.
Yes,
and even the teachers cannot take personal inspection of the food they are bringing. So what should I tell these parents in my lecture?
So, thank you, Dr. Kavita. So, what we can tell them is when you use the tiffin box, the lunch box, it's always better to use a good quality material. Okay. And don't use low quality plastic. One thing. And the other things are like it's better not to bring too hot objects inside the for the thing, and those foods which are easily damaged, those food it's better not to use. And it's always not to even junk foods and canned foods, it's better to avoid. Freshly prepared food is always good. And these are the things we can tell. And some schools are even giving foods at their school itself, so that this problem doesn't happen, which is not practicable everywhere. Hope I have answered.
Yes, doctor. Again and again, the schools which are providing the food also.
Yeah.
Okay, one is business for them.
That's
and,
right.
And the next thing is, even if you are bringing awareness about these millet foods,
yes,
they are not accepting us. Who's to educate them? Why don't we OFSSA take an initiative in schools to give an educational slot regarding this food and safety, doctor?
Yeah, that is definitely good actually. At least the teachers, if we can educate, they can. We cannot go and tell every school the problem. So at least in the school, teachers or principals, one of the representative of the school, we can tell them, they can actually guide the children.
Yes,
That's
doctor, that is very, very important.
Yes, yes.
Because even when I approach the teachers also, they are going and buying food outside, where I am requesting, I will give you the best quality of food. Even these teachers and parents, they don't accept it, doctor. That is very sad to hear and see.
Yes.
So what can we, you as a pediatric doctor, and Madam Dr. Soumya and OFSSA team, what we can do to introduce this in the educational institutions where there are lots of children?
I think Dr. Soumya can answer this.
I've been requesting her also. I've been requesting her.
I heard your question, Kavita ma'am.
Yes,
This is the concern for all of us, including the teachers. I am also being a teacher. We have the
yes,
same
madam.
concern. That's why OFSSA is taking these awareness sessions. Both the parents and students should get, and teachers. Here, many teachers are joined here. I am very happy for this. So, awareness is the basic thing. And we are planning for the food safety club in the education institutions. That is the next step that OFSSA is planning from the OFSSA side. So through that, we can make the changes.
Certainly, ma'am. And Dr. Soumya, do we have that authority to go through OFSSA and talk to the principal and teachers?
That's why we are forming this. We are forming OFSSA Food Safety Club in the platform. So be able to contact with principals and teachers, and through this awareness session, they will gradually join with us.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. I am a senior citizen, above 60.
Yes, you're at risk.
I'm 69 now.
A risk individual, at risk individual.
So what is a few tips you can give for food for us? Timely
See,
meals.
let me tell. For elderly people, it's always best to use steamed foods. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Reduce steamed foods.
Okay.
It's always better. And when you take a food, the ratio of the food, like when you have a food, for example, if you are using dal and chapati, okay, so
Yes,
instead
sir.
of increasing the carbohydrate content, you can make the carbohydrate and protein is 1:1. So if you are like, if another person is taking 3 chapati and less dal, you can make it 2 chapati and more dal. The
Okay.
ratio of the, and whatever, and whenever you have a meal, like if you are having a 3 meal, so before each meal, especially lunch and dinner, before the meal, it's always better to include a salad. You take the
Okay.
salad and then go for the meal, so that the carbohydrate intake which happens will reduce. Good thing for a healthy thing.
Thank you so much, doctor. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Kavita. It was a nice interaction session. Dr. Kiran, thank you for your answer. Any other participant have queries, please ask. You can unmute and ask directly. This is the time for your queries. We have one question. Anyone is there? We have one question we received in the chat box. Shall I read, Doctor?
Yes, yes.
How long can vegetarian items kept safe in the refrigerator, either cooked or non-cooked? Non-veg items freezed inside the fridge. That is the question from Sophia.
Non-veg means any cooked or
Non-cooked, non-vegetarian items. How long we can keep it in freezed inside the fridge? That is the query.
So exactly the answer for that question I don't know. So what you can do is the refrigerated thing, that if you are freezing, you can keep it for longer time. And the other things, if you have already cooked materials, it's never use it after 48 hours. 48 hours after that, you cannot use the cooked items if you are keeping in the refrigerator. And also, once you have cooked and refrigerated, if you are taking it out, never keep back in the refrigerator. If you are taking it out and heating, never keep it back again in the refrigerator. Once cooked. Once cooked food, if you are refrigerating, if you are taking again to heat and use it, never keep it back for another session of cooking.
Okay.
Another, since this question has come,
Yes.
see, I'm into catering, doctor. When I get bulk orders, I
Yeah.
don't have time to do it immediately, cutting and all that.
Okay.
So, is there any way that if I preserve it raw cut vegetables and all that, does it form any bacteria?
No, if you are you keeping it in the open at a high temperature, it will definitely form bacteria. If there is already a contamination, it can cause. But instead, if you are refrigerating, like after more than 2 hours, if you keep outside, that is the 2 hour rule. If you keep it more than 2 hours, even the raw material, it can like form bacteria. So raw means if you have washed it, it's fine actually.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Dr. Niratrivedi, do you have any questions? You are raised your hand. If you have any query, please unmute and
Yes,
ask.
yes, 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 ma'am. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, yes,
Yes,
yes.
sure.
Tell me, tell me.
Yes, yes. I have a question regarding that. My daughter is 22 months old, and she is going
22.
in a childcare.
Okay.
So I would like to ask the question to doctor
Yeah.
that it is not necessary to government and our health department to issue some guideline to all this child care and this nursery and all the school to how to provide the food to children.
Yes, thank you. I think there are recommendations from the government side for not regarding the food, but there are some certain safety rules which have been laid down by the government, which also include regarding food safety, but they have not clearly mentioned the guidelines for the food safety. So it is
Yes,
always
sir, because what has
necessary.
happened,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Tell me.
what has happened, she's only 22 months old,
Okay, okay.
and today I heard that they give her a chow mein, and she's get a bite of chow mein. So I think it is very early to eat chow mein at this
Yes,
stage.
yes.
So they
What
are
I
not
think
follow
is,
the regulations.
I think it's always better waiting for the government. The parents and teachers have a meeting and set a standard regarding
Yeah,
the food.
yes, sir. We strictly told them that don't give her any chow mein, any that maida products, biscuit, chocolates, anything.
Okay, okay. Yeah.
But what has happened? The others they provide this food to adult kids, and the simultaneously what has happened? The kids also shouting and she's trying to crying, so they have to provide it.
I think
This is
like
the
Dr.
problem.
Kavita had told us like, when we go to the schools,
Yeah.
we have to, the officers should move to the daycares also, I think.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Um,
So this is the
So,
difficulty.
yeah, yes, yes.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Niravan. Thank you, Dr. Kiran. Anyone else
Please,
to
please.
is there to ask? One more is raised a hand. Hope we can wind up this session. Thank you for this interaction section and thank you all for this. So we are winding up with a small vote of thanks, and we have our little logo here. She will be joining with us. Over to Tirtha Vivek.
Good evening, all. I am Tirtha Vivek. I am so happy to express my sincere gratitude on behalf of OFSSA to PC Thomas and Dr. Kiran for providing us with the valuable information on foodborne diseases. I also would like to thank all of the national and state leaders and coordinators for organizing this national webinar. The success of this webinar is definitely the participants. I thank each and everyone joined in this national webinar and I request your continued participation in all upcoming webinars. Let our webinar series to be the milestone to build our nation healthy. Vande Mataram, Jai OFSSA.
Thank you, Tirtha. I once again thank you all for your continued participation. And our next webinar series will be on June 10th. And I'm requesting all your continued participation in the webinar series because awareness is the most important thing in order for a change. What Kavita ma'am said, and everyone's query is that. So, for that, one session is not enough. We need a continuous thing. That's why we are taking this effort, and so many people are helping us for this. There are, I'm using this opportunity to mention those names. I express my sincere gratitude to Dr. Abraham Verghese, IMA chairman, for his continuous support and mentoring for OFSSA. Dr. Abraham Verghese inaugurated our first session, and Dr. R. Manchu from Rene Medicity put the great effort for helping us to understand healthy food habits for children. And during the second webinar, Professor K.V. Thomas, former Union Minister, joined with us and provided us with excellent message. And Dr. Jason C. Uni, Eastern Medicity, provided us with the session on hazards of junk food. So, in this session, Dr. Kiran made his maximum effort to help us to understand what are the foodborne diseases and how can we overcome the problems and what are the precautions we have to take. So, thank you, Doctor, and thank you each and everyone, all of Sun leaders, and each and everyone joined this webinar. I thank you all once again. Expecting your continued participation. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you all.
Thank you.